After the 1-1 draw with Burnley on Saturday, a story was immediately put out by Santi J or Santi Awoma that Man United are holding talks with Thomas Tuchel. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David, and then we've got to hear from journalists coming in through from Netherlands, showing that the CEO of Ajax is eagerly waiting to re-sign Erik ten Hag as their manager. It's a Monday. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and let's obviously start it off from where we ended yesterday. Hope you guys are really having fun, and it's Thomas Tuchel to United talks held with a very huge question mark. Is it right or it's not right? All right, we thank God for the gift of life and for the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, and we're here to revisit it that we see close to 300 likes put on this video, and don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 17,200 subscribers, right? Yeah. And this week should be really very interesting. Now let's obviously start off with what Santi J had to say. INEOS are in talks with Thomas Tuchel about Man United managerial position. Now, when a story like this surfaces, you ask yourself, when did it surface? Why did it surface when the game of football against Burnley hasn't gone ahead to be played? I tell you, every time you see to it that United gets a negative result, they'll link Man United to very many managers, you know, and you remember it very well that we've got ahead to be linked to Dizabi that died a natural death. We've gone ahead to be linked to Thomas Frank that died a natural death. Zinedine Zidane, natural death. And you can't tell me that amongst all managers that are really available, United is going in for a failure. I tell you, Tuchel is a failed manager. He has been at clubs where everything was at his disposal, and the best he could do was to win a Champions League for the side of Chelsea. You understand? But at Borussia Dortmund, I don't think he did what was expected for him to be doing, because this guy Klopp had gone ahead to build that club very well. But did he do exactly what he needed to do? I doubt. When he went to PSG, he was given a blank check, and he had Neymar, he had Mbappe, he had Verratti, he had almost quality players, and he couldn't obviously drive them to where they deserve to be. Came in at Chelsea, and you saw how he fell out with players, though he won a Champions League, and his biggest achievement is a Champions League. And we are bringing in a manager for me whom I think is a, how do they term it? He's a travel merchant, you know. He doesn't see it. And I went ahead to see Peter Schmeichel say that he is really unlucky. He has gone ahead to go to teams in the bad phases. But what makes you a better manager is to calm the storm. That is it. At Man United, I tell you always, the problem is not the manager. For everyone who thinks that Man United is really having managerial problems, that's not true. That's not true. And if you think that INEOS are really thinking of sacking the manager, that is out, because if that was the case, Man United would have already gone ahead to be really talking to managers, and would have gone ahead to be seeing serious journalists, David Austin, Fabrizio Romano, Sammy McBall, name it, coming in through breaking stories that these stories are really happening. But according to what is happening right now, I don't think that this story is right. I know today Fabrizio Romano is going to have something to say about it, and I just can't wait to hear how things are really going to fund. Because how can you tell me that you're bringing a manager who had that squad at Bayern Munich and couldn't really stop Bayern Leverkusen? You get? He couldn't stop Bayern Leverkusen. You know, last season he only won the trophy because Dortmund failed to win the last game. So I don't think he's the right manager. I would talk Zinedine Zidane, right? I would talk Nagelsmann, right? And there is this other manager that was at Germany and Bayern Munich, you know? That manager, you get? I just love those three. I think amongst all the managers on the market, those three are the ones that I think Man United should obviously look up to. If at all you tell me that Zinedine Zidane is coming in through, I'll say yes. Though I have also my reservations on him, but I believe he can have a very good, a huge command in that dressing room, and he can attract big players at the club of Man United. You understand? Then you talk about Nagelsmann. He's a manager who is really still young, and he has some good style of play. You know, that is it. I really love the player. I really love the manager in there for you. And the other guy who was at Bayern Munich and Germany, let me check. German former manager. His name always tries to really skip off my mind. Germany former manager. Right? I tend to forget his name. Or why? It skips my head. I don't know why. It really does to do so. But Hans Flick. So you tell me that Hans Flick is coming in throughout Man United? I'll tell you yes. You get? So those are the stories that this guy Thomas Tuchel is really linked to Man United. And then there came another journalist, I think is like a third tier journalist, who came in through, and one of the leaders of Man United has held talks with Thomas Tuchel's agent. Now, I've gone here to see very many stories like this, but I laugh a lot. One, because the moment this happens, all the first-tier journalists will be like, talks are ongoing in through, and all Man United correspondents will be the first ones. But amongst everybody who has gone ahead to obviously say this, no correspondent of Man United. Can I tell you, can I really bring you up to speed on what happened with Erik ten Hag? After the Mirror broke that story, the Dutch journalists went ahead to obviously break it, and all the correspondents of Man United were speaking the same language. David Austin, Fabrizio Romano, tier 1 journalists were speaking the same language. It's like you're seeing it with Anslot, you know, to Liverpool. It's the same language that Fabrizio Romano is speaking and other journalists. But if it wasn't him, I tell you what, he was not gonna really stay. You know? So I don't want us to come here and really sell you lies. I understand that for any team, it has to obviously discuss, all have a list of people that they believe can come in through and replace their current manager. That is it. But right now, it's not happening. It's not happening. I know most of the people are like, it should go that way, but I tell you, it's not going to go that way. I don't think that Erik ten Hag is said to be sacked. And this story comes in through when Jason Willox has just come out and really accept what Ten Hag has always gone ahead to tell people, that injuries have gone ahead to obviously affect his season. He has gone ahead to fall in love with his tactics. And I tell you what, there is no way you're going to sack a manager like that. Managers don't sack like that. You know, if you think you're good and you're going to be doing a better job at the club of Man United as a technical director, and Dan Ashworth believes he's good at his job, why don't you give this manager a try under your reign and see? You get? It's not going to be good for you if at all you come in through and you'll be known for first sacking the manager immediately. Give him a chance. When he fails, sack him. I tell you, if Erik ten Hag is given a chance and he fails, I'll be the first person to say sack Erik ten Hag. First 10 games, we perform as we perform this season, I just say over for Erik ten Hag. Let him leave the club of Man United. You understand? So that is it coming in through from that side, but I'm not yet convinced that United is going to bring in Thomas Tuchel. And if it happens, I won't really not back the manager. He'll have my back. I'll obviously give him a go because he's the manager of Man United and we're here to support this club. And we'll wait and see whether he proves us wrong or right. That is it. So that is Thomas Tuchel for you and his links to Man United. But one thing I've got to know is the agents of Thomas Tuchel might be engineering this. They might be engineering this, I tell you. They might be engineering this because you can't tell me that they've been here and it has just gone ahead to happen like that. You get? And even though his job is coming to the end in the summer, United, to talk to Thomas Tuchel, have to first seek permission from Bayern Munich, because he's still their manager. You get? So, Thomas Tuchel to Man United, unless otherwise Ten Hag fails to really agree with INEOS on what he wants. But if at all they're at par, I don't see Ten Hag leaving. Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed to you that they are planning the summer transfer window with him. Now, what else do you want to hear? You get? All right, let's go and hear what is happening at Ajax. Michel van de Kraan, he's a journalist that side, he said, Alex Cruyff, the technical director of Ajax, has Erik ten Hag at the top of his wanted list. That's what they said. Then he added that Alex Cruyff is prepared to wait another month to see if Erik ten Hag will take the Ajax managerial job by 1st June. That's what it's being said. And all this is news coming in through from Netherlands, but you cannot come out and really think that Erik ten Hag is ready to backslide. I tell you, with his performance at Man United in his first games, when you look at all compared, he'll get a big job. Even if you sack him at Man United, a big job will be hugely waiting for him as a manager. Then Afelai, you know him, he was a player and now he's retired. Ajax need to give the club back in the hands of the trusted people. If they just wait a little longer, there is a big chance Erik ten Hag will become available. And these are all just allegations, but I don't think Erik ten Hag will really look back to Ajax. That is really backsliding on the job, and that is it. I think there are very many jobs in the world in the top flight football, in the leagues like Premier League, Italian Serie A, Bundesliga, and La Liga, that can really accommodate this manager and give him the best of accommodation he deserves in there for you. So I don't find it sane for any person to come out and really think that Erik ten Hag is just gonna find himself out. You know, I don't find it sane, and I don't really find it very convincing. That will be a very bad decision for Erik ten Hag to decide to go back to Ajax, because he has gone ahead to really graduate from the level of managing Ajax, and he's managing now top level clubs. You can't get from Man United and obviously get back to managing teams like Ajax. Look at even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know, from managing Man United, he has gone ahead to turn down some jobs because he believes that he should be managing better and better clubs. So that's what we should be knowing here onto the United Matters channel. So guys, your thoughts onto Tuchel to United talks held with INEOS are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Erik ten Hag linked to Ajax? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. First video of the day. More is yet to come. I'm out.